Hello, I'm your host, Leonard Duncan. Welcome to a new episode of ATV-TALK, a motorsports podcast. Please join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We bring you interviews with industry professionals, live events, live news about the motorsports industry in every episode. Enjoy the show. Whether we are out riding with our friends and family or racing in extreme environments, we all need good tires. That's why I recommend GBC Power Sports Tires, a division of Greenball Corp. Their products, which include XC Master, Mini Master, and Groundbuster 3, are what leading professionals in the ATV-UTV industry are using. You can get your tires at greenballtires.com or find them on Instagram as GBC Tires for further inquiries. Kinsey Osborn, how are you, and welcome back?
Hi, Leonard. I'm doing all right. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much for giving me some time. I know you got school tomorrow, so we'll try to squeeze it all in as fast as we can.
All right, sounds good. Yep.
So I have not been on the chain to know what's going on with your recovery, what exactly your injury was, and how was it taken care of?
All right, so I could just start from the beginning, like how it happened. Last round at Loretta Lynn's, it was, I believe, it was Moto 1 at WMX, and I was hitting this triple jump, I think, the one going into Storyland, before Storyland. And I hit it fine all day practice Friday. And then so I come out, I hit it race practice Saturday morning, fine, like good. And then so WMX first lap, I get the whole shot and I hit the jump and that landed fine. The next lap or so, I think it was second lap, I come around and hit it again. I didn't even need to because like I had a decent sized gap already. But I just kind of was showing off a little bit. I shouldn't have, but I just barely over landed the jump by like a hair. And I don't even know, it all happened so fast. I guess I landed with my knee like locked, my right knee locked. And I just felt a sudden like shift out of place down there, like in my knee, something shifted and it hurt really bad. But at the same time, I was just like kind of shocked, like what even was that? Like I thought I could just like shake it off and keep going. So I keep going and then it happens again after I land every single jump. And I'm like, okay, this isn't normal. And I was mainly just freaking out because of I didn't know what was going on, less like the pain, even though it was painful. But I was just more like freaked out about what was happening. I didn't really know what to do. So I finished that race barely, and my bike was having trouble, like with the engine or something. I don't know. I forget. It was a while ago, but so my bike wasn't working and my knee wasn't working. And then we fixed the bike come Moto 2. I had to race it like that. I tried to put all my weight on my left leg as much as I could, but my right knee would still like pop in and out after landing every jump, or if I hit like a rut too hard. But I finished that moto, got the win. I don't know how, honestly. But the real bummer about it was I was planning on running 450B, and I didn't get to do that because there's no chance. I mean, I couldn't compete if I can't at least jump normal jumps, or let alone the triple. So I had to skip out on B. And that's basically how it all happened.
So I know I did get a text from your dad that he was concerned that you were injured, which I appreciate greatly. I've become friends with you guys, and I always want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So you guys packed up and went home, I'm assuming.
We did Sunday. We stayed Saturday. I wanted to hang out with my friends because it was the last race, So, but Sunday morning we left. Yeah.
And when did you go to the doctor?
You see, I was like, I knew I probably tore something, but at the same time, I was just like, nah, we'll wait a week. We'll see. We'll see if it like changes. So we wait like a week or two, then finally go to the doctor. And my doctor, he says he like moves my knee around a little bit, looks at it, because at first it was a little bit stiff. But the thing was, the only reason I thought like maybe nothing was wrong, because even right after I came off the track, it was back to normal. Like I could walk, run, but it would just sometimes if I moved a certain way, it would like shift out. So the doctor moved it around and he was like, nope, nothing's torn. And he was like, okay, but come back in like 2 weeks to check. So it's like, at this point, it's like a month from when it happened. And then I come back and I'm like, yeah, my leg, like I can bend it and everything normally, but like I had a couple times at basketball practice where it popped out and just running like down the stairs of my house, like to my room real quick. Like I was running towards my desk and it just like, and I just fell down. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's not good. And then he was like, okay, well, we'll order an MRI. So then the MRI is like 2 weeks after that. So it just keeps adding up and adding up, you know, and then we get the MRI results back weeks after I even get the MRI. It takes forever. And it comes back saying my ACL is torn. And that was it. Like my ACL was in the MRI, it was like just not even visible. Like it tore off where it's attached, not like the ligament itself was torn, but where it's attached to was just completely ripped off. So then I had to schedule surgery, and that was a month after I even had that visit for my MRI results, which surgery was October 12th. So it was just a really long, frustrating process. And after surgery, I wake up, I'm in the hospital, and my doctor comes in my room to talk to me, and he's like, oh, we also found that your meniscus was torn only 10%. He's like, only 10%. I just shaved a little bit off, so it shouldn't really affect much of the healing process. And I was like, I mean, okay, not what I really wanted to hear, but whatever, I guess. Just, I don't know, it was pretty frustrating with my doctor. I mean, I think he's a good doctor, but I just wish I could have got on this road sooner.
Did on the ACL tear, what was the rehab for you, and how fast did you get into rehab?
Okay, so I didn't start physical therapy until like 2 weeks after my surgery. The first 2 weeks, I was kind of just a couch potato doing nothing. And then it was my 2 weeks post op checkup with my physical therapist. That's when she gave me like little tiny, like things I can do sitting like on the couch type things with my leg. Really small movements, even though they were hard at the time because I could barely bend or lift my leg. I had to do those. Like it took me like 20 minutes to do, and I had to do it 3 times a day. So I had that for a few weeks, and then I started going once I could actually walk and stuff with my crutches. I still had crutches. It was like only a week later, then I got rid of the crutches. But then I went to physical therapy. I started going twice a week, Monday, Wednesday, every week. While also doing that twice a week, I also did those same three times a day at home stuff. And then I eventually progressed and could bend my leg more. And then she gave me different movements to do, like standing ones and different stuff, like twice a day. So right now I'm doing just twice a day stuff and only going to physical therapy once a week.
So what's your prognosis as far as what condition is your knee in now?
Okay, so I just went to my 12-week checkup January 3rd with my doctor. And I can jump and run and I can do everything but like cutting sharp, like zigzag kind of movements. Like I can't do like quick shifting type stuff. I'm not cleared for that yet. I'll start doing that in February, which is kind of soon. So, and that's February, the month of February. After that, I don't have any more physical therapy scheduled. I don't have to do anything else after that, but I'm just kind of on my own, like waiting a little bit to when I feel ready. But the thing is, at my doctor's appointment recently, I was asking him, I was like, so when do we think I'll be able to ride? And I don't think he has an understanding of like the level like where I'm talking about here with like racing. I don't think he understands like the whole concept of it because he
He doesn't
said,
realize you're a professional women's racer.
I don't know, but he said, oh, you can start riding right now. And I was like, what? And he said, yeah, but you just have to take it really slow, like no jumping, easy on the turns, all that, like ease into it. And I was like, okay, well, when will I be able to start like cutting and stuff? And he was like, oh, not from a month from now. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna start racing until I'm like at least allowed to cut and like do those sharp movements because I don't want to re-tear anything. Gosh, that would be awful. But so it's really up to me when I can start riding, but the preferred like time frame is like 6 months. Like once you get to the 6 month mark, it's like you have less chance of re-tearing it. But 6 months is like April for me. So I'm definitely gonna start riding before then. I'll just have to see and feel it out though. I probably will have to hold back a little bit the first few races. If I even go to the first one, we're not sure yet on that either. It's a lot of ifs.
Well, isn't it going to determine on how you feel when you do get on the bike before you go?
Yeah. I think we're going to try to start riding at a local sand track, like a private sand track around here, about 20 minutes away. Maybe end of February. I don't know if we'll make it down to Deckers. I mean, what's the point of me going down there if I can't like jump much and stuff? That's a long trip just for that. But
right.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
That's kind of crazy. So your prognosis for Daytona is most likely a no.
Well, WMX isn't going to Daytona this year. They have it wrong on the schedule.
Okay, so when would be your first race?
Gatorback in Florida. That's March 18th, I believe. That's kind of stretching it for me. But I've seen the track. I've already watched GoPro videos and videos from the dirt bikes racing there. The track looks pretty like jump wise. It's not very hard. It looks like a lot of tables and stuff. So that might be good for me if I decide to go. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited just to be back on the bike. I mean, at least like twice a week, I have a dream that I'm racing and I go and hit this big jump and then I land. I'm like, oh, my knee didn't give out, you know?
So have you looked into knee braces at all as well?
Yeah, I already got mine. They had she took like measurements of my knee and they like ordered like a custom one or whatever. And I got that like a few weeks ago, but I only have to wear it for like racing and basketball. I never actually, after my surgery, I never got a brace to wear home or nothing. I just had my leg in crutches.
Wow. So what's your conditioning level right now compared to what it was when you left Loretta's?
Okay.
So Loretta's, you're 100. What are you now?
The cardio is not where it needs to be, but my strength level, overall strength, not just like my leg. Although I have made a lot of the muscle back in my bad knee, but my strength level is there because I lift, I weight lift and do a little bit of cardio, but I need to increase the cardio. But so since I can't play basketball, I will go to the practices because there's a weight room right above the gym and it's a free gym, like 10 minutes away, save miles in gas. So I'm like, why not for basketball season? Until that ends, then I'll have to get a membership somewhere. But I've been weightlifting a lot. I feel stronger, but I need the endurance and cardio. So I'm starting to run on the treadmill. Today I did Today, in the past few times, I've done just 1.5 miles. Not the old pace I've done, but I mean, I think it's better than nothing. I mean,
How
we'll
about
get there.
cycling? How about cycling? No cycling?
Yeah, there's a stationary bike up there too. I've done some of that. I'm not really big on that stuff though. I'd rather just run on the treadmill, which I know it's probably better for my knee to cycle, but
Low impacts. It's way better,
yeah,
you know.
I don't know.
But your blessing is you're still young.
Yeah.
I mean, you regenerate
I
faster.
mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, I go in for that surgery. I'm 6-8 months recovery, probably 10 to 12 because I'm an idiot and I will go out and hurt myself because I don't know how not to go do things.
Yeah.
You seem much more disciplined than I am. You know, you can tell it took 14 years for me to go to the doctor for my shoulder. You know, I'm not a good patient. I don't listen very well to the doctor either. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're taking time with it because you have a long athletic career in front of you, and to take the time to. So kids, if you're listening to this, or even some of the adults, listen to Kinsey. Follow through with what your doctor tells you to do. You know,
Yes.
we heard Max earlier a few shows back going through his process with his doctor as well. So that's good. That's good. I want to ask, I know your dad's probably your number one fan. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Him and my mom they're hitting up the YMCA gym recently. They're getting back into it too. I think I inspired them, honestly.
That's good.
That was just me being annoying, but they're doing good. My dad, he's working on a lot of stuff for me, my bike and sponsorships and all kinds of stuff behind the scenes. He was, before it got too cold out, he was working on the track. He made some changes to the track. He's trying to add a pro section. I don't think he got that far yet. He was cutting down some trees, but yeah, some track changes, working on the bike, figuring out graphics. We got my graphic kit sent in from FTR. I love it. It looks awesome. I can't wait for everyone to see it on the bike, and just all the behind the scenes off season stuff he's been working on. So.
And did this affect your schooling at all?
The work he does?
No, the injury.
Oh, well, not really. I mean, I missed, only time it really affected was like right after surgery. I missed like 2 weeks of school, but I caught back up in about a week or less. But that was when school was easy. Now after like winter break and all that, it's all getting hard. I got the ACT coming up. I gotta apply for colleges and stuff. So I got college visits this next month.
Where do you want to go to school?
I'm looking. I really like the idea of University of Cincinnati. That's like one of my main focuses. Ohio University, OU. OSU doesn't really have any college visit openings right now, so I don't know. That's pretty expensive. I'm not really sure about that, but I don't know. I'm just open to whatever I can really get into, honestly.
What do you want to be?
Oh, okay. So my older sister, she's in college right now. She's a freshman, and she once said she was going to become like a financial assistant, and she lost that idea, I think. But I kind of stole it from her, and I had this plan. I know you're not supposed to talk about your goals and stuff like that, and people think you won't achieve them, but I'm just gonna say it. Financial assistant, but I have a side hustle of real estate. So I got 2 incomes there. And then if I invest in stocks a little bit, I'll be rich, mega rich.
There you go. You got a plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how old are you?
16. I'll be 17 Monday, but that's crazy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you're 16 years old, 17 years old, basically, and you have a plan for your life.
Yeah, that could change. My older sister, the one I stole this plan from, she's changed hers like 10 million times, and she thought each time like this is for sure what I'm gonna do. So who knows? But for right now, that's the plan.
Well, in 10 years, when you listen to this and go, wow, that's not even close to where I am.
Exactly. We'll see.
Well, I mean, they say the greatest thing or the funniest thing you can ever do is tell God your plan.
Yeah.
Because that's not his plan.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You'll end up somewhere. Yeah, the funniest thing is I just looked over. I have a hat sitting here on my table where I tape, and you'll never guess whose signature is looking at me.
Is it mine?
It's yours.
Oh, that's cool.
That hat we had everybody sign and when we were in Briarcliff.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting right here. So it just dawned on me who that was.
Oh,
so let's go back in time if you could for me. And we broke down the season a little bit when we talked last time, but you came in as a rookie, really had no expectations, really. I mean, I know you wanted to win, but
yeah.
Did you ever dream that you'd be standing on top of the box at the end of the year with the number one plate?
No, not at all. Same as I didn't plan on tearing an ACL either. But I mean, this season was full of new things, positive and a little bit negative, but mainly positive. And I'm really grateful to have the season that I did and make the friends I did. And it was just a good year for me all around.
That's pretty awesome stuff. If you could tell me what's the biggest thing you learned in 2022 that's going to help you in 2023?
That's a big one. I'd probably say, well, what I need to learn is how to use those back brakes. But that's a goal for 2023. But 2022, what I learned is, I would say just to like not be scared. So, like when it comes to like hitting a jump, not to be scared, even though that didn't really end up working how I wanted it to, but I did land it the first like 20 times. So I count that as a win. But just like jump confidence, because I'd never really been one to like hit jumps. And this year I kind of, even though it's not as much as like the guys, but this year I kind of tried to push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone and hit jumps I didn't hit the last year, even if it's just a couple. But I would say jump confidence for sure. Do
you have anybody that you train with that helps you with that?
No, that's just all mental, all in my head. Actually, I could say riding with the boys in the B class a little bit and just following them up jumps and getting the speed and the tempo down. I kind of need that. I need to follow someone in practice or something in order to hit it. I don't just hit it on my own, but yeah, I would say it's mainly mental.
Have you ever thought of reaching out to one of the pros like Joel or one of the other guys and saying, hey, I could use a little help?
No, I know those guys are busy. They got their own stuff going on, but I mean, I've done riding schools with Joel and Brandon and Rastrelli in the past, and I mean, they've helped me with a bunch of other things, like things I think that are more important, like turns, turning speed, starts. Starts was a big issue of mine before the 450. So, yeah. Well, my focus has never really been jumps.
It's always been other things, and now you got to roll into being able to jump better.
Yeah.
Are you going to focus next year on the B class with the boys again, or are you just going to see how your body is to roll into the year?
We're rolling into B. I mean, no matter what, we're doing B class and WMX. I don't know about Open B. We'll see. Even if I don't place how I want to in B, I don't care. I mean, I'm out there riding. I don't really have I don't have a lot of pressure on myself for B class. I mean, I'm gonna try my best, but for the start of the year, there's no like high expectations with my knee until I get used to riding, and then I'll focus on reaching those goals.
You talk about your knee, and I'm less worried about your knee and more worried about your conditioning and your cardio.
Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, the gym's always busy. The weight room that I'm using, I'm really cheap. I should just buy a gym membership, but that race money I had all summer, it's like dwindling down. Like there's not much left. And I couldn't get hired anywhere because I don't have much time. I mean, you'd think I would have time to work, but no places will hire me because I won't work 24/7. So yeah, the money is not there, and gym membership seems too expensive. So, and our high school gym's busy with basketball games right now like crazy. So I go when I can.
Well, there's always push-ups and sit-ups, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is embarrassing. I'm not sure if I can do like a solid push-up. I haven't tried in a while. I'll have to get on that. Sit-ups I can do though.
Well, yeah, but push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, those are good things for you. Rowing,
Yeah. Oh, another thing is I recently, this past Sunday, my friend that I play basketball with, she tore her ACL like last basketball season last year. And she started going over the summer. She went to this personal trainer guy who works with a lot of athletes, does like more athletic plyometric training, and helped a lot with her knee. So I'm starting to go to him now, just once a week. But he's really cool. He has one of those like a rowing machine, but like standing one, and you like pull it down. Mm-hmm. I've never tried it before. That was rough. I was real out of breath after that one, but hopefully he can get me back into shape.
I'm sure. A circuit style training will at least get your blood flowing and get you going in the right direction.
Yeah, hopefully.
So are you riding CRF again?
Yeah, we're sticking with the same. Yeah. My dad asked me if I wanted to try a Yamaha, and I was like, nah. No, I don't know. I'm kind of like superstitious about kind of stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would like it.
It's probably something you should look into, but if you're having success with what you're riding, keep riding. Yeah. Is it the same bike, or did you build a new one?
I know my friend Ellie Roush and her dad are going to be listening to this, laughing at me when I say, I don't know. I have no idea. Cody always makes fun of me that I don't know anything about my bike and I just ride it, but I go along with the joke too. So,
you know what? I'm going to have to give it to your dad, because if you were my daughter, you wouldn't know anything about it either, because I'd be doing all the work.
Yeah, I don't think he trusts me. He's like, nope, I'm going to do it, because he's the type of person, like, I'm the only one working on this. It's all me. So everything's perfect.
Well, and, dads have this relationship with their daughters, and you're our princesses, and it's just the way it's going to be. Now, my son, he's going to be out there working on it. And I'm going to be sitting, I'm going to sit over there watching TV, making sure he's, looking over. Hey, yeah, no, you're doing that wrong. But you better try a different tactic.
I want to learn though. My friend Ellie Roush, she sent me a video like a few weeks ago or a month or so ago. She was taking apart her own bike. She took it all apart herself. And she was like, Kinsey, I don't know how I did this, but we got here. And I was like, she inspired me. But yeah, I hope I can be as good as her when it comes to bike stuff one day.
Well, you just got to go out in the garage and get your hands dirty.
Yeah, I wish. I need to find the time to, though. School is just...
You got to make time. Get up an hour earlier. Yep. Go to bed an hour later.
You're right. No excuses.
It's just like corner speed. You got to drive it in deeper and turn it on sooner.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
There you go. I mean, I just solved your problem.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, now you just have to implement it.
Yeah. Now it has to go. Now it has to be real.
Yeah, that's always the hard part, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I know you don't know a lot about your machine and some of the things that are coming up with some of your sponsors. I know a couple of them just because I've been following some of the information that your dad's put out there.
Yeah.
With the CRF platform, because of your injury, you've done no testing.
Nope, none. And I haven't rode since that race that happened. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been about 6 months, I think.
That first ride, you're going to be sore.
Oh yeah, my calluses. I mean, I got a little bit of calluses from lifting, but nowhere near like riding calluses. So that's always a struggle for me at the beginning of the year, the calluses and ripping and my back, because I need to start using my core when I ride, because I just slouch over and then my back hurts. But yeah, my back and my hands will be the worst.
Wow. So I did catch this earlier in our conversation. You couldn't play basketball this year.
No, I
None.
can't touch the court once. No.
How did the coach take it?
Oh, he was really upset, disappointed. I mean, I've known him since my freshman year, even though it's only like 2 years ago. It seems like forever I've known him, but I was really upset. He was upset, but he's got to move on with the team, work with the team. I've been to almost every game supporting them. I do the stat board. I keep the stat board for them. I cheer them on. It does suck a lot of the time seeing them lose, or even just seeing them playing out on the court. Like, I want to be out there. And they just had a really cool win like a week or so ago. It was like a buzzer beater 3, and I missed that because I had to go to physical therapy. It was like one of the games I had to miss. But yeah, it sucks. It does. I feel like I haven't played basketball for like years. Feels like it's been forever.
And you'll be going into your senior year?
Yeah, that's even more sad. It's like knife to the heart, man.
So this is your senior year, or
No, next season will be. I only have one more basketball season left.
Well, you could end up in college playing basketball.
Well, then I wouldn't have time for racing, for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't think I could balance all that at the same time. But
I don't think your college basketball coach is going to be okay with you.
Yeah, no. They would just be like, "You're out. You're out of here."
Right. One video, and they're like, "Yeah, you're done."
Yeah.
They'd be like, "That's really cool, but no,
yeah,
we didn't sign you for that."
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for in the future, and how do you think that the outcome's going to be? Is if everything in your knee conditioning, where I want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
I think your knee's going to be fine.
Yeah.
What's your outcome for the 2023 year?
Well, for racing, you mean like race season?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm hoping. I want my goal is to win WMX championship again, and I want to be top 3 in 450B, no exceptions. Top 3 450.
That's a big bill to fill coming off of an injury like that.
I feel like I'll be able to turn it on at least halfway through the season. Hopefully that would be enough time. But yep, that's my goal. I mean, after Gatorback. Oh no, it's after. Okay, so there's Gatorback, and then there's Texas. I'll definitely probably be at Texas because that's April. That would be like 6 month mark. And then after Gatorback is like the track I do really good on, High Point, fast, smooth track. I mean, I can do good in the sand too, but I feel like for getting into riding again, it's not a rough track. It's really fast. I like that track, so I feel like I could be up to par with the other guys on there. But yeah, I mean, top 3 B class. I mean, I don't know if we're running open B. I don't really know the difference or the point of it, but WMX and B is really all it's looking like.
Well, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You have goals. Did you follow any of the Team USA or any of the stuff that happened out west?
I mean, I know the results. I don't know like a lot of details about it, but yeah, I did a little bit.
Did you ever think that you would like to see the women do something like that and possibly have a team where you guys could compete internationally?
I mean, that would be insane. Cool. I mean, I've never even left the country before. The only problem with that would be the money, obviously. But
right.
Without money in the picture, yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to do that.
It would be pretty awesome to see a group of women, do a motocross national like that.
Yeah.
How about any of this stuff where they did the Invitational out west? Anything like that? Did you get to see any of that?
Oh, yeah, I saw the videos of how Bryce Ford won and all that. I did. I saw.
What'd you think of that?
That, I mean, if I was Hetrick, I'd be pretty upset about that. Even though it's nothing you can really control, it happens. But like, that's a lot of money. Like,
would you, if you were invited to that, because you're a professional, if you were invited to that, would you do it?
I don't know. The tires got me thinking different. I don't like the tires, the whole aspect of that. Like, I feel like I would come up to those, get my front tires stuck, and just fall forward and face plant into those. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. Props to Bryce for doing that, though. That's insane.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of other guys too that did really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty exciting. We got to be there for it, and it was really cool. Really? Yeah, we got to bring Valeria, and she kind of set our cameras up so that we were taking pictures and video where she told us. And it turns out that all of our devices but one were almost dead by the end of the competition. And my son, who hours before learned what Instagram was and how to use it, he was doing the live Instagram show because he had the only device that would work.
Wow, that's crazy. See, I didn't even know about this pro, what's it called? I forget. The pro show.
It was a pro invitational.
Yeah. I never even heard about it till this year. I mean,
this is the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's probably why then.
Yeah. It was kind of hit me out of the blue when they started it, and I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then quite a few of the riders went over and rode the works race the next day.
Yeah. That work series, is that like GNCC? Not GNCC, but like, is it more like our series or like closer to GNCC type series?
I would say that neither. Okay. It does have some motocross-ish form to it with some of the jumps, but it has an element all its own with desert. There are obstacles, whether they be logs or rocks. and it's just a whole different kind of racing, with a little form of everything. So, I mean, Walker Fowler came out and won the last round.
Yeah.
And Galata Jr. was second. And the champ Bo, he had a bad start, worked his way through the field. It took him till almost the last lap to pass Lindquist to get third. So I would have loved it if they all would have started even, but you can't take anything away from Walker and John, because they both rode the wheels off of it. So did Max. I mean, if Max comes back, I'm really thinking Max is going to do some damage, because he said that motocross setup he ran was just horrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in that environment.
Yeah. See, I feel like the interviewer now, asking you questions.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I'd have to do a little more research on that. Maybe watch some videos. I'll get people on Instagram, they'll follow me and they'll say like works racing in their bio, and I'm just like, oh well, isn't that like tend to be more like west side, West Coast?
Most all the races are on the West. It's something that if you guys ever get a chance, if the series finishes up early enough and works ends later, you should come west and try a round or two. It's a lot of fun. I think, I spent 21 years of my life traveling with the Work Series, and it's a great series. They have a variety of classes. You can ride the professional women's class as well, because you're a professional motocrosser. And then you can qualify to run the Pro-Am, which is the next day. It's an hour and a half long. You run with the pro. Yeah, you start behind the pros.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that one. The thing is, I think it was the women's pro champion for Works. I think she followed me too. I forget her. I completely forget the name. It was a long time ago, like over the summer. But yeah, I've had several different Works racers following, and I've seen their pages and their stuff. Seems pretty cool. It
is. It's really cool. So if you ever get a chance, you need to come out and run with them, just to, there are some bike setup changes, but for the most part, I believe your skill set will allow you to adapt, and you'll understand and break it down, because you love to ride.
Yeah.
Loving to ride is just, you go out and race for 45, 50 minutes and just have a ball.
Yeah. It's a blessing. I can't imagine the drive out west though, with the trailer and everything. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad, is it?
I mean, I've only ever been like 18 hours. That's my max car drive.
So you'd probably be 36.
Ooh. Man, I mean, I'm sure I could do it. The thing is, could my dad do it? Because he's driving and I'm just sitting in the passenger seat.
A couple Red Bulls and a couple waters and you'll be there.
Oh, that man needs a lot of energy drinks. He takes energy drinks like every single day. And on every time we go to race, he likes the V8 ones. The little V8 energy drinks, he drinks them all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You're giving his secrets away,
Yeah. That's the secret to long drives, guys. If you're out there, if you need an energy drink, V8.
I always, was more inclined to. Well, I changed it up: Red Bull, Rockstar, Monster.
I mean, I'm just speaking for my dad. I don't drink any energy drinks, really. I don't do any of that. I run off my energy, sleep, and food.
Well, since I stopped traveling as much, I don't either.
See, I don't travel as much as you probably do, but yeah.
No, I don't travel hardly at all now. We're
since race season.
I go over this with everybody, but what we've done, and I sent you an email, and we changed the whole platform so that when you're up, you've seen the way we do it now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you send me the information I need, we lay your episode out, and it's all about you for a week, 7 days.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of confused at first, but after I sent you the text and stuff, it made sense. But
Right. Yeah. It's we think it's we think it's better, and we've had nothing but positive reviews from the listeners and the guests. Everybody's liking it so far. We've had some technical delays with linking in the YouTube episodes, and I'm really working hard on the live shows that I do. So that being said, on the Tuesday that your episode comes out in audio, the next day we do a live promotion on Instagram.
Like a live stream?
Yep.
Oh.
So I start a live, and then I'll send you a video, and you just link into the live, and you and I talk about your episode and talk about your progress and how everything's going.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty
cool.
It's fun stuff. I mean, the live shows have changed a lot of the viewership and a lot of the interest. We're reaching more and more people that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
And we've had some really fun conversations,
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while I'll get on my soapbox, and I have to get off really fast because it's not what we're supposed to talk about on the podcast,
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's your podcast.
Yeah, but there's just certain things you just don't want to talk about, I want to talk about, but I want to talk about you guys, and I want to talk about what you're doing and your accomplishments and how you're going to progress in your career. We vaguely touched the last time we talked on, what you thought your longevity in racing was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think I need to have like a set, like, okay, this is when I'm going to stop forever and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I feel like if I ever reach that point where I just feel like it's not sustainable for me anymore, with like, if I'm busy with college, or if I'm out of college, busy with like work or whatever I'm doing, if it's causing me more, like, I don't know how to put this, if it's impacting me more negatively than me just having fun with it, then that's where I'm done.
Could you see yourself racing and having kids?
Part of me, yeah. But then that means I would have to actually learn how to do everything myself at that point.
Not totally. You'd still have your dad. You'd still have, I mean, you'd have a husband, or, and
well,
you'd be.
If my husband doesn't know how to do anything, then I really got to do everything if our kids are racing. See, yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of ifs, what's, I don't know.
It's evolution of life, man.
It's just let it play out it'll be how it's going to be.
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't force the road you're going to travel, but you can dictate how it's going to come out. You know, with hard work and effort. So I'm pretty impressed with your how you're coming along and how well you're getting back. And I'm not going to make a joke out of the fact that you have not worked on your machine or know anything about it.
I know Cody, Ellie's dad's laughing right now, but it's fun. It's all jokes. It's all jokes.
The nails give it away.
Oh, the nails. This is only because of no basketball season. I was like, might as well. So yeah, we got the long nails.
I hope you grew. Yeah, they'll be gone soon, right?
Yeah.
But you can't ride with long nails?
Oh, I can. As long as my gloves fit. And I just tried on. I got new gear from FXR this year. I tried on my gloves the other day. I'm like, oh, these fit even with the long nails. But they still kind of drive me insane. I don't think I'd be able to do it, especially if dirt got up under there. No, that makes me cringe. I can't do that.
Is your favorite color purple?
Yes, it is.
Did they send you purple gear?
Yeah. The thing about that is, the purple, it was like black, mainly black with purple. They ran out of my size in the jersey, so we had to go with like a size down or something, and it hasn't got here yet, but I do have some purple, not as much purple as the one set last year from Fly, but we got some purple in there, some blue. We're mixing in some blue this year, light blue, kind of switching it up. But then we got black gear, which is boring, but that's about it.
Well, I want you to make sure that you reach out to me and let me know how that first ride goes.
Yeah.
So that we can. I think that you're going to be riding or deep into your multiple rides when their episode comes out, because I'll be sending you an email what day for the drop for the audio, and then I'll tell you what day for the Instagram live, and we'll be able to talk all about that, because I know you're going to be riding by then.
Really? That's just crazy to think about. I mean, I feel like, sure, it feels like it's been forever, but I still feel like I have forever to go, but I really don't, which is good thinking about, but I don't know. This whole thing has been insane to deal with. I'm happy I'm as far as I am now, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone or to go through this again.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, that's rough. Injuries are never pleasant, in any for anybody.
This is like my first like serious injury really ever. I mean, I've only ever like broken a wrist barely, but like that's it.
How do you barely break a wrist?
Right? I mean, somehow I managed to do it, just barely enough to get a cast. That's what they told me. It's like just chipped or something. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna.
The same doctor when I broke my wrist. That's the same doctor I still have now for my ACL. That was like 5 years ago or so, though.
Have you showed him any videos or pictures of what you do?
My mom has. She's shown him videos and stuff. I don't know why he thinks I can ride right now, but because he was the one who told me initially, like at the beginning before surgery, he was like saying that, oh, well, you're going to think that your knee's better, and if you try to do stuff you're not ready for yet, you won't know you're not ready until it re-tears again out of nowhere. And like before that 6-month mark is when that happens. You have the highest like risk there. I was like, okay. And now he's like, we're at 3 months, and this man's like, oh yeah, you can go ride. It just doesn't make sense to me, but I'm gonna be safe and wait it out a little bit longer. But yeah, funny stuff.
Well, keep doing those strength exercises, and I think that you'll be great. Is there anything you want to shout out for the for the fans?
I don't know what I would be shouting out.
Maybe to have them come watch you race this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go to ATV-Motocross, they got the series schedule posted up there, and I think they posted on Instagram too recently. If you follow ATV Motocross on Instagram, if you find a round that's close to you and like to come, I mean, we have WMX signings after our motos. You come up, say hi. I can give you a sticker or a poster or even a picture, anything really. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
On Friday, which this will be, your episode will air weeks after this, but on Friday I'll be talking to Brian Jenkins, and we'll be doing a promotion for WMX. Oh,
that's cool. I know my dad's talking to him about like sponsoring and whole shot money right now, so they're getting that stuff figured out too.
I was been asking him for weeks, what can I do? What can I do? And I just thought about it, and I go, you know what? We can have an Instagram live and talk all about WMX.
Yeah, we can. That'd be good.
That's what Brian and I are going to be doing this Friday. So tune into our Instagram show. It's probably, I think we're 3 hours difference, or are we 2 hours difference?
Yeah, we're 3.
So it'll be 9:00 your time. Tune in on Instagram and have a listen.
All right. Yeah. You said this Friday?
This Friday.
Okay. All right. Got it. I'll write it down.
All right, Kinsey. Hey, I know you got to go to school tomorrow, and I probably kept you too long anyways with our little delay in the beginning. I really appreciate your time, and I'm glad that you're getting well. Make sure you give a shout out to your parents for me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to be on here. It's always good to be on here talking to you. I love the show, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
The team here at ATV-TALK would love your feedback. Please email us at hello@atvtalkpodcast.com. If you're in need of a consultation for your current racing program, a custom ATV, or an industry guest speaker, I have the company for you. Duncan Technologies International Inc. offers host, MC, and guest speaking services at events, builds custom ATVs for recreational riding or racing around the world, and they offer consulting services for professional teams or individual racers. Send inquiries to duncantechinternational@gmail.com or call 619-716-1532 for more information. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to share us with your family and friends. The podcast is available on all streaming platforms, and you can find us on social media as ATV-TALK Podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter.